a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Ben Askren. Ben Askren, nicknamed Funky, is an American professional mixed martial artist and former Olympic wrestler. Currently signed to the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Askren is a former ONE Welterweight Champion and former Bellator Welterweight Champion. As of March 4, 2019, he is in the official UFC welterweight rankings. Wrestling. Askren was an assistant wrestling coach at Arizona State University and was an American amateur wrestler for the University of Missouri. He is a two-time state champion in wrestling at Arrowhead High School in Heartland, Wisconsin. Collegiate wrestling. In college, he wrestled in the 174 pounds weight class. He lost the National Collegiate Athletic Association Championship match to Chris Pendleton in both 2004 and 2005 before winning it in 2006 and 2007. He is known for his pinning ability, his massive afro, and his funky, or unorthodox, wrestling style. For example, while being ridden in the 2005 championship match, he attempted to reach around and apply a headlock to Pendleton, a move that any wrestling coach would disavow. His tall, lanky body, in sharp contrast to the squat, muscular physiques of many top wrestlers, allows him to attempt moves that most wrestlers could not. This characteristic later led to a challenging transition to freestyle wrestling early in his career, as the freestyle rules differ from folk-style wrestling and penalize a wrestler for exposing his back. His younger brother Max also wrestled for Missouri and won a national championship in 2010. Askren had a dominant junior season in 2005-06, winning all 45 of his matches and pinning in 25 of them. He won the 174-pound weight class easily at both the Big 12 and NCAA championships. He won his Big 12 Finals match 17-6 over Jacob Klein of Nebraska and his NCAA Finals match 14-2 over future two-time NCAA champion, Dan Hodge Trophy winner, and world silver medalist Jake Herbert of Northwestern. Herbert was also undefeated going into the NCAA Finals. Askren's season earned him the Outstanding Wrestler Award at the NCAA Championships as well as the Dan Hodge Trophy and the Reverend Wrestler of the Year. Askren continued that dominance going into his senior year in 2006-07, going undefeated again with a record of 42-0. He won his second consecutive NCAA championship at 174 pounds by defeating another future NCAA champion, second-ranked Keith Gavin of Pittsburgh, 8-2. Askren finished his collegiate career with an 87-match winning streak. He also became only the second person to win the Dan Hodge Trophy twice. As WIN magazine named the 2007 winner, Askren was again named the Reverend Wrestler of the Year. He also received the Schollis Award, named after Wade Schollis and given to the most prolific pinner at the end of each season. Askren finished his collegiate wrestling career with a record of 153-8, with 91 of those victories coming by way of fall. Those 91 pins put him at third on the all-time NCAA Division I pins list. In his four-year career at Missouri, Askren only lost to two opponents, Chris Pendleton of Oklahoma State and Ryan Lang of Purdue. He was also a four-time All-American, including being only the 12th Division I wrestler ever to be a four-time finalist. Askren was also nominated for an ESPY in 2007 in the category Best Male College Athlete. On January 9, 2012 it was announced that Askren would be one of 6 new inductees to the University of Missouri Intercollegiate Athletics Hall of Fame. 2008 Olympics. In the summer of 2008, Askren defeated national runner-up Tyrone Lewis in 2 consecutive matches by decision at the U.S. Olympic Trials in Las Vegas, becoming the second University of Missouri wrestler to qualify for the Olympics. Sammy Henson, who also attended Missouri, but finished his college wrestling career at Clemson, competed in the 2000 Olympics winning a silver medal. Askren competed in the 74 kilograms weight class at the 2008 Summer Olympics. Askren won his first match via pin against Hungarian István Vereb. In his round of 8 match he lost to Cuba's Ivan Fundora 1-3-0-4. The Cubans lost to Russia's Buvazars ITF in the quarter-final round, ended Askren's hopes of a medal at the 2008 Games. Askren was asked if inexperience was a factor. Though he was a two-time NCAA champion at the University of Missouri, he was relatively new to freestyle after wrestling folkstyle in college. "That wasn't it," he said with tears in his eyes. "I just wasn't good enough. I sucked." Post-Olympic career. Although Askren decided to pursue a career in MMA after the Olympics, he continued to compete in wrestling occasionally. In 2010, he avenged his Olympic loss by defeating Fundora in the semi-finals of the Cerro Pelado International, in Cuba. This came shortly after Askren won the Dave Schultz Memorial International. Later in the same year, Askren defeated 2009 world silver medalist Jake Herbert in a folkstyle rules match at the Midlands tournament. Askren also competed in the Agon Wrestling Championships and the Flow Premier League. Mixed martial arts career. Askren is now an active submission wrestler, and is a self-proclaimed black belt, which is not recognized in Ibjfin Jiu-Jitsu. In December 2008, he went to Coconut Creek, Florida to train at the American Top Team main school where many top fighters train. He currently trains at Rufasport in Milwaukee, where he is the wrestling coach. Early career. Askren made his professional MMA debut on February 7, 2009. It was held by Headhunter Productions at the Holiday Inn Select Executive Center in Columbia, Missouri. He defeated Josh Flowers via TKO early in the first round. Askren had his second fight at Patriot Act 2 in Columbia, Missouri. He defeated Mitchell Harris via submission by arm triangle. The fight was at a catch weight of 175 pounds. Grappling. Askren competed at the 2009 ADCC Submission Wrestling World Championship from September 26–27 in Barcelona, Spain. He won his first match against Tony Linden by arm triangle choke. He lost his second match to Pablo Popovich, a veteran grappler he had trained with the previous summer, by figure 4 footlock early in the match. Popovich went on to win the championship in the under 77 kg division. Askren also competed at the 2009 Fila 2 Degrees World Grappling Championship. Askren faced the 2008 world champion, Jacob Volkmann, in the 84 kg no GI division. Askren out-wrestled Volkmann and won gold in the category. Bellator Fighting Championships. Askren was a participant in Bellator Fighting Championships Season 2 welterweight tournament. In his first fight, Askren defeated Ryan Thomas via technical submission at Bellator 14 on April 15, 2010. The outcome of the fight was controversial, because Thomas protested the stoppage as soon as Askren released the choke. After Jim Wallhead was pulled from the tournament, Thomas was given another chance to compete. Thomas defeated Jacob McClintock by TKO in the first round at Bellator 15 and was awarded a rematch with Askren. When the two fought at Bellator 19, Askren came out victorious again with a unanimous 30-27 decision after controlling Thomas with wrestling for 3 rounds. At Bellator 22, Askren defeated Dan Hornbuckle via unanimous decision with his superior wrestling dominating Hornbuckle for all 3 rounds, becoming the Bellator Season 2 welterweight tournament champion. On October 21, 2010 in Philadelphia, Askren took on the Bellator welterweight champion Lyman Good. Despite being hit with a brutal upkick and almost getting caught in a triangle choke with 1 minute left, he was able to take down and control Good in every round. Askren won via unanimous decision to win the Bellator welterweight championship. Askren next returned at Bellator 40 to fight and defeat Nick Thompson after taking down and controlling Thompson for all 3 rounds. Although Askren started off quickly in the 3rd round with a spinning back fist and several other strikes, he was caught with an overhand right by Thompson, causing Askren to take down and control Thompson for the remainder of the round. Askren went on to win by unanimous decision. Following his unanimous decision win over Thompson in a non-title affair at Bellator 40 in Newkirk, Oklahoma, Askren revealed that he will relocate to Milwaukee in the near future to train under Duke Roufus at Rufasport. Askren successfully defended his title against Season 4 welterweight tournament winner Jay Aaron at Bellator 56. Following a close split decision, Askren successfully defended his title against Season 5 welterweight tournament winner Douglas Lima at Bellator 64 on April 6, 2012 on Good Friday at the Caesars in Windsor, Canada. Next for Askren was a title defense against Kala Musu. The fight taking place at Bellator 86 on January 24, 2013. Askren once again used his top control wrestling to shut down his opponent's grappling, and opened a cut on Musu's forehead with an elbow strike. The doctor stepped in between the third and fourth rounds, judging the cut too severe for Musu to continue. In the final fight of his contract, Askren faced tournament winner Andrei Koreshkov at Bellator 97. He dominated the fight with his wrestling and ground strikes, outstriking his opponent by a wide 248-3 margin before winning via TKO in the fourth round. On November 14, 2013, following a negotiation period, Bellator announced they had released Askren from the company, and that he was now an unrestricted free agent. ONE Championship. On December 9, 2013, Askren signed a 2-year/6-fight contract with ONE Championship. Askren met Bashar Abbasov, who had been riding a 9-fight win streak, in the main event of ONE FC, Honor and Glory on May 30. He won the fight via submission in the first round, and proceeded to call out ONE champion Nobutatsu Suzuki, stating, "Suzuki is going to bring me my belt. He can put it in the middle of the cage and give it to me, or I can take it the hard way." Askren faced Suzuki at ONE Fighting Championship, Reign of Champions on August 29, 2014. He won the fight via TKO due to strikes in the first round to become the new ONE Welterweight Champion. Askren faced Luis Santos in the main event at ONE Championship, Valor of Champions on April 24. The fight was ruled no contest after an accidental eye poke from Askren at 2:19 of round 1 rendered Santos unable to continue. In the next fight, Askren beat Russia's Nikolai Alexakhin at the ONE Championship Global Warriors on April 15, 2016 by unanimous decision. Askren then fought Ajalan Tani at the ONE Championship Dynasty of Heroes on May 26, 2017. He won the fight via submission due to an arm triangle choke in the first round. Askren then faced Sebastian Kaidstam at the ONE Championship Shanghai on September 7, 2017. He won the fight via TKO due to punches. In his last fight, Askren faced fellow veteran Shinya Aoki at ONE Championship Immortal Pursuit on November 24, 2017. Prior to the fight, he claimed this would be his last fight. He won the fight via TKO due to punches in the first round. He retired from MMA after the win. Askren left the door open for one last fight if he was made an offer to prove "I'm the best welterweight in the world." He discussed the possibility of facing Georges St. Pierre, claiming, "He doesn't want a title fight. He just wants to build on his legacy," adding that he felt he would be the perfect opponent for St. Pierre. Askren later claimed he would fight St. Pierre in spring of 2019. Ultimate Fighting Championship. On November 3, 2018, it was announced that the UFC has signed Askren under the Trade UFC and ONE Championship agreement. In exchange for former UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson, Askren made his UFC debut against the former UFC welterweight champion Robbie Lawler on March 2, 2019 at UFC 235. The bout was initially scheduled for UFC 233. But after the event was cancelled, the fight was rescheduled for UFC 235. Askren was gifted the win via bulldog choke in the first round, through a questionable stoppage by referee Herb Dean. With Lawler appearing unconscious, referee Herb Dean stopped the fight. Immediately after the stoppage, Lawler stood up, protesting the stoppage. Replays appear to show Lawler's arm going limp and giving a thumbs up right after, which some credit to Lawler slipping in and out of consciousness. Although controversial, Nevada Athletic Commission Executive Director Bob Bennett explained that the commission had no problem with Dean's decision to stop the fight. Personal life. Askren is married and has 3 children. He is also competitive in the sport of disc golf. In 2009, Askren finished 9th in the Amateur World Championships. Askren is sponsored by Discraft. Askren co-hosts the weekly wrestling podcast The Tiro and Funky Show with 2x NCAA champion Tommy Rowlands. Ben and his brother Max opened Askren Wrestling Academy in 2011. Currently there are 3 locations, in Heartland, Mequon, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?